Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? And today we are going to be talking about Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Now, this movie came out in 1985, distributed by Warner Brothers, directed, and I believe this is the first movie directed by Tim Burton, which is the guy that also made the recent Wonka movies, the one with Johnny Depp, and the new one coming out with Timothy Chalamet. And he also made Batman Forever, or like one of the Batmans. You know, he made Edward Scissorhands. This guy is a box office draw. Tim Burton will get you off your ass, and he will get you to go to this movie. So this movie stars Paul Reubens. He's had a lot of controversy in the years. I believe he had a situation a little bit after, or like after this movie came out, his fame kind of came out. He had a situation where he went to this movie theater because back then they had these movie theaters with corn films, if you know what I mean, adult films. And apparently, whenever you would go to these places, you would touch certain areas of your body, and apparently he was doing that, and he got in trouble for it because they were like, well, he's a big movie star, why is he doing it? Granted, there's other people doing it too, but he's the one that got in trouble. I could be wrong, it could be a whole different scenario, but from my understanding, he got in trouble from that. But let's go back to the movie. So just so that way you know, his character is a little bit weird in the movie as well. It kind of might play a role. So his name's Pee Wee Herman in the movie. Okay, movie's about a guy that has this freaking super obsession with this bike for some reason. It looks like a Schwinn bike from back in the day. Has red and white and looks cool. Has like a microphone on the front so he could talk to people as he's going. And he's very obsessed with it. And it seems like other people in the movie are also obsessed with it. So he goes about his day one day, and he's going, and he goes to this area to go pick up a horn or something like that. And when he picks up this horn, he walks around for a little bit, and he checks on his bike. It's good, and he goes and picks up something else, and he gets robbed. Bike is gone. He comes back. There's only chains on the ground. As the world falls apart, he doesn't even know what to do. He's like lost control. He's like, I've lost everything. Everything I had is in this bike. I need my bike back. So then the rest of the movie is really about him trying to find that bike. And while he's trying to find that bike, you know, there's girls involved. They're going crazy over him, type of thing. Like, oh my god, he's so good, or whatever. Like he's like, it seems like he's like the center of attention, right? Like he's like everyone loves him, except for guys. The guy guess guys just want his bike, and girls want him, which is interesting. But the movie's made by Tim Burton again, the guy that made Wonka, Edward Scissorhands. He's known to Batman. He's known to create these visuals based on like sets. Is kind of the way I see it. Is like colors are really vibrant. He uses certain plot settings, like for example, it looks like everything is built specifically for him, and then the lighting is always like certain kind of lighting that he uses for his videos. So like it might just be like a red light coming right here, and then you see red on this side, you see shadows, or it might just be like right here where it's like most of it's red. So it's kind of has this interesting feel to it. Now, I remember watching this movie as a kid, and it gave me nightmares, right? So I was like, let me watch this again and see what it's about. As an adult, I'm 30 years old. This thing gave me nightmares again. It's just so weird. It's like these visuals just mess with my head. It doesn't, I don't know why. And then inside of it, there's like little scenes going on. So when he falls asleep, he dreams too. And I don't know, maybe that's why I get those weird dreams. But when he falls asleep, he has these dreams of his bike getting destroyed. His bike is losing. In the beginning, he's having dreams of him winning with his bike, right? It opens up with him racing, and he wins this like race, and then he wakes up. But then after he loses his bike, it goes into now his bike is lost and destroyed, and someone did something to it, and a dinosaur steps on it, and all types of stuff. These visuals are insane. Like for a movie in the 80s, if I saw this in the 80s, I'd be tripped out. I'd be like, what the heck? If this is 80s, imagine 2000s. And obviously it didn't really progress that way. But you get the idea. Watch this movie. It's a must watch in my books. It really fits today's world. Like, it's weird. It's different. It's something refreshing. If you haven't seen like a good classic, I guess you could say, because this is a cult classic. Like everybody knows Pee Wee Herman. If you don't, well, now you do. And there's not one. I think there's like a couple different versions. He had a show, then he had that whole scenario of the movie theater, and then it kind of just went downhill. But Paul Reubens is a pretty good actor. He plays a very weird character as Pee Wee Herman. The laugh, it's almost like it's a mix of like a kids movie and an adult movie in one, and I don't know. It reminds me of like Mr. Beans and Blippe. If you know those two characters, Mr. Beans and Blippe, it's like boom, they had a baby and Pee Wee Herman, Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman came out, and I don't know. It's very weird, but at the same time, I couldn't stop watching it. It's good. It has these different points to it where it's like it kind of takes you up, and then you're kind of like watching, you're like, oh wow, those visuals are cool. Wow, his character's kind of weird, and you get thrown off. He has like many girls chasing him in the movie, and then eventually he finds his bike, and his bike. I'm not sure how he finds his bike. I don't remember very well, but it's one of those things. I don't want to ruin it for you, so you're gonna have to go back and watch it and figure out how he finds his bike. But I'll tell you now, he loses his bike and he tries to find it. That's about all I can tell you without ruining it. Enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one.